I always found it frustrating that I could stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch and still feel like I wasn't getting more flexible and still feel a lot of tightness in my body. So, curling fam, I am a recovering yoga addict, a foam rolling addict, and a stretching addict. I used to spend way too much time focusing on trying to mash my muscles and really fall into the joints and just hang out in the joints for minutes and I'm gonna say hours to be dramatic, okay? So I want to tell you what I've learned in order so that you don't have to make the same mistakes I did and waste too much time stretching and foam rolling. I do want to point out, of course, that those things feel good. So feel free, use them how you need to, but know that you might be missing something on your quest for more flexibility and less tightness, okay? The key is your nervous system. I want you to think of that, your nervous system, as the queen bee, okay? The queen wants to protect its realm. It wants to protect its body, okay? It's going to do everything in its power to make sure that the body, the nervous system that's housed within your spinal column is kept safe, because without the nervous system, you're not moving very well, right? You're not alive, essentially, potentially. Okay, so know that the nervous system will not grant you a position that the queen does not deem that you can own, that you are strong in. Okay, so what can you do? What we're gonna do is do a 3-part series. This is part 1 of the series. We're talking about the nervous system and how you can maximize your stretching sessions. Okay, part 2 and 3 will come out later, so stay tuned for those. But recognize that the nervous system just wants to feel stable. So I might interchange strength and stability here. They're not the same, but they can be used in the same context. So your nervous system needs to feel stable to allow you to own a position. Okay? If you stretch it and roll it and hang out in a position passively, for example, like we're trying to get lower in our slides, we hang out in front of the TV, in our slide position, hoping to get more access to that position, you might still feel tightness. You might expose yourself to injury and you might not actually get anywhere in terms of your flexibility. Okay, that's frustrating and I don't want you to have to deal with that anymore. So you could feel tightness in an area for many reasons. Okay, most obvious is, okay, I did a workout yesterday. My body's adapting to it. It needs to recover. It needs to heal the muscles that I just kind of damaged on my way to getting stronger and fitter. Okay, so you might feel tightness for that, and a lot of the time stretching and foam rolling, that makes you feel better, so go right ahead. However, sometimes we feel tightness. I want you to think about those people that are hypermobile. Maybe you can touch your toes, maybe you can do the splits, maybe your elbow can like pop out the wrong way. You might still feel tightness. And for some people who are working towards becoming more flexible, and maybe they are already flexible, you might still feel tightness. Okay, so tightness and flexibility, they're not one and the same. Just because you become more flexible doesn't mean you have less tightness. Okay, so we can't see this striving for more flexibility just because we have tightness. And the reason is, if we come back to the queen bee, the queen wants to make sure your body feels safe. So at a joint, think elbow, shoulder, hip, knee, etc. You might feel tightness in the muscles around a joint because your nervous system is looking for stability. It's looking for stability, and if it doesn't get it from strength, it's going to get stability from tightness. Okay, so it could be a compensation pattern causing an area to be really, really tight. It could also just be lack of strength in an area and you're stretching it. Oftentimes we stretch the area that's tight, but really what it needed was strength. It wanted to feel stable and you didn't give it to it. Okay, this is why it's so confusing. We stretch and stretch and stretch because the area is tight and it feels good temporarily, but we didn't fix the problem. The problem was that you lacked strength or the ability to keep up with the demands of whatever you're asking for it. Okay, and I know that it's ironic, but we need to make sure we give the queen what she wants. Okay, so I'm not saying don't stretch. I'm not saying don't foam roll. I'm not saying don't do yoga. Love myself some yoga. I'm saying make sure that if your problem is tightness or you're looking for more flexibility, that stretching and passive modalities and mashing up a joint isn't your only option. Okay, we need to at least couple it with strength in an area. You can use the tightness in your body as that you're noticing during activities, after activities, when you're trying to access a new position. You can use that tightness as a way to teach yourself, okay, now I need to get strength there. Okay, gaining strength doesn't necessarily mean you're going to become stiff. Okay, we can use strength. We're going to go through this in the series. We can use strength training to become more flexible. And part of the reason is that we're using our nervous system to tell the queen that we own that position, and the queen gives it to us. Okay, that's why strength, although it sounds ironic that you gain strength, you become less tight, right? You gain strength, you become more flexible. Those pieces can go together. The stronger you get, the less your body needs to rely on tightness to feel stable. Hey, what might that have to do with curling? Hey, if you lack stability in a position, so you slide out of the hack, and you lack stability in your curling delivery, your nervous system might focus too much of its energy, and the muscles might focus too much of its energy and attention towards trying to balance your body weight, make sure you don't fall over. Like, it takes mental space to make sure you don't fall over, and the muscles are trying to recalibrate to find that kind of balance point. Okay, so this is why, strength of the stabilizers is so important. Okay, if you've got a speed wobble, that could actually contribute to your lack of power. The nervous system is not going to grant you a bigger peel weight hit if you're not stable in certain areas in the joints in your body, ankle, knee, hip, low back, etc. Okay, so even if you get stronger, if you don't increase the ability to stabilize and find strength across a joint, okay, you can kick out of the hack all you want. Your body is going to slow you down because it does not want to get hurt, right? The queen bee is taking care of her realm. So we need to make her feel more confident and a lot better. So if you lack stability in a position, such as the delivery position, your nervous system, might focus a lot of its energy and attention towards balancing your body weight and ensuring that you do not injure yourself. Okay, so your nervous system is going to waste too much energy focusing on balance. As well, the nervous system might not grant you the position. It might not be able to hold the position. Okay, your body might want to come out of it too soon. And thirdly, you might not be allowed to generate strength and power in that position because your body does not perceive stability. Okay, the nervous system needs to know that you're strong. So for some, adding in general strength training gives the ability to kick out of the hack with more control and more power. But for others, what is truly lacking is stability in the major joints. So I'm not talking 1RM max strength here. I'm talking overall general strength, and I'm also talking focusing at the joint strength and stability. So the next time you go to stretch because you feel tight, and I want you to make sure that you use that information to help you create a solid resistance training program. Okay, maybe adding in specific strengthening exercises coupled with stretching, if that makes you feel good, will get you the desired results that you're looking for. Stretching feels good, right? So if you enjoy it, go ahead, but don't discount the importance of strength in helping to decrease your tightness and immobility. For those hypermobile folks like myself, if you're really flexible in an area and you feel tight, I encourage you to try to decrease the amount that you're stretching and increase the amount that you're working on the strength aspect. Notice how that works and how that helps you on your quest for less tightness. Okay, this is really all we're looking for. When we feel less tight, less of our brains focusing on the tight area, we can focus on the game and our life and the activities that we want to do. So if you want more, stay tuned. Part 2 and part 3 are coming in the next couple of weeks. I've got no agenda for those, so pay attention. I'm also opening up a mobility and stability class for curlers. Okay, I know that's a stupid, ridiculous, nerdy name. Think of it as a yoga for curler class or a anti-tightness class. We're going to do a little bit of yoga for athletes. We're going to focus on what the curling body needs in terms of mobility, flexibility, and strength. It doesn't matter what level of fitness you are, or stretching you are, or flexibility you are, and it does not matter if you are the elite curler or a brand new curler, because the curling body needs the same things whether you're curling at the high level or at the recreational level. So DM me, stretch me, or something along those lines if you've ever thought you need help getting a little lower in your slide or making your hamstrings not feel so damn tight all the time.